Hi, this is Books with Brushu. I'm Jordan, and today we're here for another Spinner Wheel TBR for March. Strap in because we are picking some of the books that I'm going to be reading in the month of March 2026. I like to drink coffee and read books. I hope y'all are having a fabulous day, that you're excited to start getting into this Spinner Wheel TBR. So as usual, I have a couple of hopefuls for the month of March. The first one is not a hopeful, it is actually on the TBR. And that would be Body of Evidence by Patricia Cornwell. So this is the second book in her K. Scarpetta series. Hi, nice gal. I am doing a series on my channel where I am reading completed series. And the first series for that challenge is the K. Scarpetta series. So I read Postmortem in February, and the next book is Body of Evidence. So that is automatically on our March TBR. Now, these next two are hopefuls. So every month I try to get either the book of the month book for that month or at least a book of the month book because I need to actually read these books that I'm buying. I'm recording this video rather early. We're still in the middle of February. It's just how my schedule is going that I had to record it early. I have my February book of the month, which is Stolen Midnights by Catherine Quinn. So I am hoping to get this book on the TBR. I believe it's a standalone fantasy. It might be a YA fantasy, I can't remember, but this one sounded really good and I really love the pink flowers that are on this cover. So this is a book that I hope to get on the TBR. And the next one is To Gaze Upon Wicked Gods by Molly X. Chang. This is an Illumicrate book that I got a little while ago. So I got this book at the beginning of 2024, and the second book in the series is due to be released at the beginning of April, like the first week in April. So I don't know if Illumicrate is going to be doing a special edition of that book or not. They have not announced it, at least at this point, which is the middle of February. So I'm hoping to get this book onto the TBR to see if I like it enough that I want to order the second book so that they match. So those are the hopefuls. Let's go ahead and start off with our audiobook spins. So if this is your first time here, first of all, welcome. So typically for my Spinner Wheel TBRs, I do 4 spins for audiobooks. And this is because I listen to a lot of audiobooks. I work not close to my house. So I have quite the commute every single day. I get through a lot of audiobooks during the month. So I always want to make sure that I specifically pick audiobooks to listen to. So we do 4 audiobook spins. And then normally we do 1 mug pick. So I have a bunch of pieces of paper in here of books that have been on my shelves for a really long time that I really want to read, or at least I wanted to read when I put the slips in here, which honestly was a long time ago. So we pick 1 slip from the mug, and then we do 5 spins for physical/Kindle reads. That's normally how it goes here. Let's go ahead and do our 4 audiobook spins. Okay, ready for the first spin. Okay, and we are gonna get an Ali Hazelwood book. Okay, that's awesome. So I have read a couple of Ali Hazelwood books. I've read Check and Mate, which I absolutely loved. Like I loved that book so much. And then I also read Bride and Mate, which I loved those as well. I've put Ali Hazelwood as an author on this spinner wheel because I want to get to her STEM romances since I haven't read any of those. So my plan with this is to start from the first one, which is The Love Hypothesis. So the first book on the audiobook TBR is going to be The Love Hypothesis by Ali Hazelwood. I am so freaking excited for that book. Okay, let's go ahead and get into our second spin. Okay, and we get an Audible pick. Okay, that's awesome. So I occasionally, when Audible is running a sale, I'll sign up for Audible. I don't love paying $15 a month for one book. So I usually sign up when they're having a sale. So I have several Audible audiobooks. So I will pick one of those at the end of our 4 spins just to see what I already have on the list so that we can kind of cater to that. But I already think I kind of know which book I'm gonna pick based off of what I am currently reading right now. Okay, so let's go ahead and do our 3rd audiobook spin. Okay, ready? Go. Okay. I thought it was gonna choose Ellen Hildebrand there for a second, but it barely ticked over to Blake Crouch. Okay, that's awesome. So I read Dark Matter in the month of January and I really, really enjoyed it. Blake Crouch, I'm gonna go ahead and pick Recursion because I believe that's his 2nd most popular book, at least 2nd most popular standalone. I think he also has like a mystery something series. Maybe, I can't remember, don't quote me on that. But I'm gonna pick Recursion for this. 3rd spin, Blake Crouch, and I'm gonna listen to Recursion. Ugh. Last audiobook spin. These always go so fast. I hate that these always go so fast. Okay, so let's do our 4th audiobook spin. Okay, and we get free pick. That's awesome. Okay, free pick. That's perfect. For my free pick, because I already have an idea up here, because the reason I already know is because I have started the Fun for the Holidays series by Jay Sterling, and these are short novella romance books, and she has one for every month of the year. So it centers around either the holiday that's in that month or the season that month, you know, is. March, she has a St. Patrick's Day book. It's like something with the prince. So I'm gonna put that book on my TBR as a free pick because I already know I want to listen to that, obviously, because it's going to be March and that's when St. Patrick's Day is, so duh. They're relatively short. The book for February, which was Dumped for Valentine's, was a 4-hour audiobook, so super short. Okay, so we got Love Hypothesis by Allie Hazelwood. Then we got an Audible pick, which I am going to pick the 2nd book in the Tawny Man series by Robin Hobb. Let me see what that actually is called. The 2nd book in the Tawny Man series is Golden Fool. So we'll add Golden Fool as the Audible pick. Then we got Blake Crouch for spin number 3, and I chose Recursion. And then for the 4th spin, it was a free pick, and I chose My Week with the Prince by Jay Sterling, which is a St. Patrick's Day themed novella. So those are our 4 audiobook spins. Okay, let's do a mug pick. I hope it's a good one because I've honestly been really, really terrible at reading these. Like, I've been really terrible at reading these. I can tell you, the one we picked from February, I'm most likely not going to get to. And the reason for that is because I have done 2 reading vlogs in the month of February, and those have taken up a ton of my reading time. And also, spoiler for my wrap up for February, but one of my book clubs on Fable, the Homey and Homely Book Club, picked The Wolf King, and I just so happened to have those audiobooks. I had already put a hold on those audiobooks like a long time ago because I knew I wanted to tandem read them with the physical books, and it just seemed like the perfect opportunity. And then I love The Wolf King so much that I've now started The Night Prince. So I've like really strayed from my TBR, and because of that, I don't think I'm gonna get to the mug pick for the month of February. So it's just really kind of turning into a failure, and I just need to be better about it. I don't know, because they're books that I want to read. Like, I do want to read them, and so I don't want to get rid of them. I just need to actually read them. Ugh. Okay, so let's pick a book for the month of March out of the mug, and hopefully I'll be able to read it. Okay, here it is. Hopefully it's a good one. Why did I put these books in here? Robinson Crusoe. Robinson Crusoe. Okay, let me grab it. All right, I got it. Robinson Crusoe by Daniel Defoe. Now, I have been saying that I want to read more classics, and I have a ton of these Barnes & Noble classics that I still have yet to read. So we're adding Robinson Crusoe to the TBR for March. Now, luckily this book isn't too long. It is 300 pages long, like just under 300 pages long. So that's not terrible. However, this font is tiny. It is tiny. Robinson Crusoe. All right. You know, it's been so long since I've, you know, been in school, like high school, and I don't remember what this book is really about. Widely regarded as the first English novel, Daniel Defoe's Robinson Crusoe is one of the most popular and influential adventure stories of all time. This classic tale of shipwreck and survival on an uninhabited island was an instant success when first published in 1719 and has inspired countless imitations. In his own words, Robinson Crusoe tells of the terrible storm that drowned all his shipmates, and left him marooned on a deserted island. Forced to overcome despair, doubt, and self-pity, he struggles to create a life for himself in the wilderness. From practically nothing, Crusoe painstakingly learns how to make pottery, grow crops, domesticate livestock, and build a house. His many adventures are recounted in vivid detail, including a fierce battle with cannibals and his rescue of Friday, the man who becomes his trusted companion. Okay, sounds pretty good. So that is our mug pick for the month of March, Robinson Crusoe. So let's go ahead and do our first spin. Ready? Go. Okay. First spin. Taylor's gonna love this. Oh my gosh, a Taylor pick. A Taylor pick! Okay, let me get my sister queued up and see what she wants to pick for me. Okay, so my sister is currently at work right now, so we'll wait until she texts me back to see what book she picks for me. So she's gonna be so freaking excited. Okay. Let me get the screen recording going again, and we'll go ahead and move on to our second spin, and at the end come back to the Taylor pick because obviously she's at work right now. She just texted me back and she said, "Shut up." Oh man, she's freaking great. My sister's my favorite person, so. Yeah. Okay, let's go ahead and do our second spin because she's like bombarding me with text messages right now. Okay, spin number 2. All right. Ooh, scroll my want to read list on Goodreads. Okay, that's a good one. That is a good one. Okay, I've got my Goodreads want to read list pulled up, and I'm doing a screen recording for you guys. So I'm just gonna scroll and pick one. So let's see what we get. And you know how it takes forever to load sometimes, and I'm trying not to look. Now I've got this arranged in date added to the list. I don't know, it's kind of a crapshoot. Okay, let's see what we land on. Oh, Taylor texted me. Oh, those are all the J. Sterling books, so let me get past those. Okay, are you ready? Should we pick? Should we pick this one? Oh, what? It kept updating. Oh, it just keeps updating. Okay, apparently it doesn't want me to pick that one because it just keeps updating and updating and updating. What? It won't stop. It won't stop. Okay. Oh man, okay. Well, what I've got right here is Culty by Mariana Zapata. And I do believe this is a standalone, and I don't think I have it. Okay, so Culty by Mariana Zapata. Trust me, I've wanted to punch you in the face a time or 5. When the man you worshipped as a kid becomes your coach, it's supposed to be the greatest thing in the world. Keywords, supposed to. It didn't take a week for the 27-year-old Sal Castias to wonder what she'd seen in the international soccer icon, why she'd ever had his posters on her wall or ever envisioned marrying him and having super playing soccer babies. Sal had long ago gotten over the worst non-breakup in the history of imaginary relationships with a man who hadn't known she existed. So she isn't prepared for this version of Renner Coulty, who shows up to her team's season, a quiet, reclusive shadow of the explosive, passionate man she'd once been. Two people that I usually have the same book taste in, Bailey and Christy, they both rated this book 5 stars. So Coulty by Mariana Zapata is going to be our second book for Scroll My Want to Read list on Goodreads. Let's see what my sissy says. Okay, so Taylor has picked Light Lark by Alex Astor. So she has devoured this entire series. She is 100% caught up, has been ranting and raving about it since before Christmas. I actually bought the Barnes & Noble edition of Crown Tide and she took it home with her for Christmas to read it. So she picked Light Lark, and it's funny. Her texts say, just get through the first 100 pages and don't judge me if you think it's bad. I think I'll like it. I really do think I'll like it because a bunch of the people that I follow have enjoyed this series. Light Lark is technically the first book Taylor, my sister, picked for me to read in the month of March. So we've got Robinson Crusoe for my mug pick, Light Lark for Taylor picks, and Coulty by Mariana Zapata for Scroll My Goodreads Want to Read list. Okay, so let's do our third spin. I hate that this always goes so fast. Okay, third spin. Let's see what we get. Ooh, Fairy Loot Romantasy. Fairy Loot Romantasy. I have a Fairy Loot Romantasy spinner wheel that will pick from all of the Fairy Loot Romantasy books that I have received. So let me get that pulled up. And I did in fact update it today. Ooh, I'm excited. There's some good ones on here. At least the ones I've been reading. I have loved all of the Fairy Loot books that I have read, and the picks always sound so good. So I've been really enjoying my subscription. I have most of the Fairy Loot subscriptions. I just don't have the cozy one because I don't always love a cozy book. And the first pick that they did for that one, I wasn't interested in. So I just did not sign up when my invitation came, but okay, let's go ahead and spin the Fairy Loot Romantasy wheel and see what book it's gonna land on. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. Okay, oh shoot. What happened? Stupid thing. It landed on Metal Slinger. My sister texted me and I tried to swipe it away and it went to the screen instead, and then my screen recording stopped. So it did land on Metal Slinger. It landed on Metal Slinger. Okay, so Metal Slinger. Oh my gosh. Metal Slinger. Oh my gosh. Okay, and I have already pre-ordered Light Wielder, which is the second book. I think it's just a duology. I don't remember when that book comes out. Okay, let me grab Metal Slinger. Oh my gosh, Metal Slinger. Oh, okay, let me find it. Let me grab it. Y'all, I can't with this TBR right now. February and now March are first books in series. Oh my gosh. Okay, so I grabbed Metal Slinger by Rachel Schneider, and this is the Fairy Loot edition. The sprayed edge is so pretty. I'm not loving this cover. So we'll see how I feel about it after I read it. So this is the Fairy Loot book for September of 2025. And it's really pretty, you guys. This naked hardcover, so stinking pretty. And the character art, I just love it so much. And then the reverse dust jacket. And then before I knew that this was going to be a Fairy Loot pick, I actually had already purchased the indie copy of the paperback. So I have this version too. Metal Slinger is the third spin. Yeah, Metal Slinger's the third spin. This is turning into a hectic TBR. Fourth spin. Fourth spin, fourth spin. A special edition. So that means I get to pick any special edition that I want to. That's perfect, actually. So I'm going to pick To Gaze Upon Wicked Gods by Molly X. Chang because I want to know if I like this book enough to get the special edition of the second one. So that is going to be the fourth spin pick for a special edition book. That's awesome. That is awesome. Okay, let's read what it's about because I don't rightly remember. And actually, let me show you this Illumicrate special edition because it's really pretty. So here's the naked hardcover. Really pretty. And then these end papers, so pretty. Ooh, who's that? And then Illumicrate does not do reverse dust jackets, so, oh gosh. Here's some names I'm gonna butcher. Heroes die, cowards live. For as long as Yang Ruoying has been alive, the empire of Erlang has been occupied by Romans, who mercilessly defeated the magic of her people. Now the invaders' advanced science, technology, and military make them gods. But Ruoying is special, having been blessed by death and born with the ability to pull life out of mortal bodies. When Antony, the second prince of Rome, uncovers Ruoying's power, he offers her an impossible deal. If she becomes his private assassin and eliminates his political rivals, her family will be protected. Can Ruoying trust this prince, whose promises of a better world make her heart ache and whose smiles make her pulse beat faster? Are the evils of their agreement really in the service of a much greater good? Or will she betray her entire nation to guard those she loves the most? Sounds pretty good. That is fourth spin. Let's do our last spin. I can't believe it's already our last spin. That was way too fast. Why is it always so fast? Okay, let's do our fifth and final spin. Ready, go. Okay. Ooh, my newest Kindle book. Oh my gosh, my newest Kindle book. Holy cow. Holy cow. Let me pull up my Kindle app and see what my newest Kindle book is. And I think I literally just downloaded it this morning. Okay, so the newest Kindle book I have is actually an ARC copy. And it's called Wild Rager. Oh my gosh, I can't speak. Wild Wager by Sophia Aves or Aves. Aves. Let me look it up on Goodreads. It is the first book in the Valiant Peak Rodeo series. And this book comes out on March 16th. And I just downloaded it this morning. So a wounded cowboy billionaire meets his match in a fierce wolf biologist who turns his empty ranch and guarded heart upside down. I built Coyote Falls to hide from the cameras, the crowds, the accident that left me hollow. Then my sister's best friend, Lainey Parker, shows up at my door. Wild cherry hair, cinnamon sugar scent, big sky eyes that see everything I've tried to bury. She studies wolves in Alaska's remotest corners. That's a weird sentence. She's built for the wild places, for a life that's the opposite of everything I am. But she looks at me like I'm whole, like the scars on my skin and the wager I made, which could lose me everything I've worked so hard to build, don't define me. Like this damaged ex-rodeo star might actually be worth saving. I shouldn't ask her to stay, shouldn't pull her into my empty homestead, my found family of broken cowboys, the refuge I carved from granite and sweat. Shouldn't touch her when I know damn well I'm riding toward my own destruction in a few weeks. But shouldn't and can't are two different things. And the only thing I can't do, let her go. This unmissable, steamy Western romance from USA Today bestselling author Sophia Aves. Wild Wager is the last book for the Spinner Wheel TBR. Whew, that's a list. That is quite a list. Now let's run through them. All right, y'all. We've got some interesting books on this list. I think I say that every single month. Okay, for the audiobook spins, we got an Allie Hazelwood book, and I chose The Love Hypothesis. Then an Audible pick, and I chose the second book in the Tawny Man trilogy, which is Golden Fool or Gold Fool. Then the third spin was a Blake Crouch book, and I chose Recursion. And then the last spin was a free pick, and I chose My Week with the Prince by Jay Sterling. I am reading through the Kay Scarpetta series, so Body of Evidence by Patricia Cornwell is on the list for the month. Then I did a mug pick, and out came Robinson Crusoe by Daniel Defoe. Then the first spin was a Taylor pick, and my sister chose Light Lark by Alex Astor. I scrolled my want to read list on Goodreads, and we got Culty by Mariana Zapata. Fairy Loot Romantasy pick came up, and I spun Metal Slinger by Rachel Snyder. A special edition spin popped up, and I picked To Gaze Upon Wicked Gods by Molly X. Chang. And the last and final spin was my newest Kindle book, which is Wild Wager by Sophia Avies, and this is an ARC copy that I have that comes out on March 16th. That is the final book on our TBR. What a wild ride. And again, this month I have a ton of first books in series. I mean, literally these three plus Wild Wager are all first books in series again. In February, I had a ton of first books in series too. So I think Culty is a standalone. Robinson Crusoe is obviously a standalone. Body of Evidence is the second book in a series, but still 4 books are the first ones in series. Again, I'm never gonna finish these series. My series tracker is gonna be so long after these last 2 months because I keep starting so many series. Oh man. Oh, and Siri thought I was talking to her. Anyway, thank you for tuning in to this really fun Spinner Wheel TBR. Make sure you give the video a like and subscribe to my channel. What should we leave in the comments? Let's leave a sword in the comments. Surely there's a sword emoji. So if you made it this far, leave a sword emoji in the comments. And tune in for my video next week, which I think is going to actually be my historical romance reading vlog. I had to change some things around because of my schedule. So I think next week is my historical romance reading vlog, but who knows? You'll know because you're in the future. I will see you in the next one. Bye.